Hi, everybody. Hope all is well. Lots going on. Got some exciting things that are happening that I really can't talk about at this time for our region, our part of the country, specifically Western Massachusetts, that I've been involved with, and I think there's going to be some really, really great opportunities happening in our state and especially in Western Massachusetts. And I'll kind of leave it at that. That's for people with the kind of stuff you're studying right now. Let's put it that way. So more to come as I become free to discuss it. Here we are. Week 6 already is starting. I'm in the course right now. I'm up in Canvas. I've got a document here. This week 6, February 23rd. If you noticed, I always date these on Mondays. So Monday is February 23rd, the last Monday in February. It's hard to believe. So time is going by fast. Here we are, week 6. It's a 15-week semester. We're almost halfway there. So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing this week. The other thing is I do have basically this same document published in week 5 here, lab week 5, February 19th. It's the exact same document, so let's take a look at it. The important thing about this week is it's our first exam week, and I want to make sure you're ready and prepared for that. So I will post up. We are starting chapter 4 this week. Chapter 4 is going to take us a little longer to go through. Chapter 2 and 3 we went through pretty quick. 4's the content gets a little more. It gets a little more deep. Okay, so it's going to take us a little longer to go through 4 than it took us to go through 3 and 2. So we'll get to that when we get to it. But what you want to concentrate on this week is the exam. Okay. Now I've got the Zoom recording for the February 19th. I'm recording this on the 20th, so this was yesterday. It's only about 8 minutes long. I did record the Zoom lab session. You can take a look at that. This is hosted up on the Zoom website. The passcode is here, so you can just copy and paste that passcode into when you're asked, if you follow this link here. I'll click it quick. Let's take a peek. Come on, open up. Right here. So you would just pop the passcode in there. I'm not going to do it now. That'll get you to the video. Like I said, it's about 8 minutes long. Okay, number 2. This is the important one. Exam 1 is going to be during lab time on February 26th. That's Thursday. And you'll have 2.5 hours to do it. I don't think it'll take you that long. It's going to cover chapter 2 and 3 material. Okay, the chapter 2 and 3 homework solutions are posted on the Google Drive. If I click down here, here's a link to the Google Drive. Let's open that up. Oh, it's weird they're not opening. But here we go. If I go down to homework solutions, these are PDFs. You got chapter 2 and 3 here, PDF files. Okay, and as a reminder, if you go to sample exams here, there is a sample exam that you can take a look at, and then there's the solution for this sample exam, the video file that you can take a look at. So take a look at those if you I'd recommend looking at those anyways. What else do we have here? All the notes for chapter 2 and 3 are here. You're used to looking at that. The text is here. But yeah, what we really want to concentrate on again is exam 1. So that's what you want to focus on over the next few days. Okay. So we got up to option 5. I showed you where the sample exam was in the solution. Okay. Item 6. This may be a little different from some of your other classes. For exam 1, you can have one 3x5-inch note card both sides. You can write as small as you want. You can't bring a magnifying glass though. If you don't have a note card, just cut a piece of paper 3x5 and use that. All right, and I found this is a good way to study. It's a good way to organize your thoughts and put your thoughts together. So I would spend some time on this. Again, it's a good way to learn the material, sort of rehash the material. For the exam, you can use that note card and a scientific calculator and a pencil or a pen, even though I hate pens, for this kind of work. But you can use a note card and a scientific calculator. That's it. Can't use your mobile. Can't use your phone. Okay. I know your phone has a calculator, but scientific calculator built into it, but you can't use it. So make sure you have a scientific calculator. And as far as the note card goes, if you pass in your note card, I'm on item 8 here. If you pass in your note card with the exam, you get an extra 5 bonus points. I'd like to see your note card, and so pass it in. Okay, we'll have a stapler up in the front, and when you pass your exam in, you can just staple the note card right to the exam. That way, it's all together in one piece. You want to make sure you're neat and you're organized. You show all the work. Circle your final answers. Make sure you put units in. Don't forget units. These books drive me crazy because they leave the units off in a lot of the solutions, the modern textbooks anyways. But yeah, every number, unless it's a ratio, which we'll get to when we get to transformers and that kind of stuff. But every number is going to have units associated with it, at least at this point in the course. So make sure, it's volts, it's watts, it's microvolts, it's milliamps, whatever the heck it is. Make sure you include those units. Okay, number 10. I'm still putting the oral portion of the exam together. It's going to likely be about 10 minutes on Zoom, and I'm thinking I'll do it evenings or weekend, depending on your schedules. Like I mentioned yesterday during the lab session, we don't have to do this right away. Okay, this is something that we can schedule over the next week or two. And once I finalize those details, I'll make a short video sort of talking you through the process. I'm working on it, and I'll let you know soon. I'm going to try to make it like a job interview, okay? And if you look at the way tech companies interview these days, they're not looking for an answer. They're looking for ways you're thinking through a problem. Okay, they want to hear you sort of talk out loud and talk through how you're going to solve something. So I'm going to try to do that with this. This is the way my daughter, my oldest daughter, who's at Google now, is an engineer. She was at Amazon for about 11 years, and she was what Amazon calls a bar raiser. So she was the first female bar raiser, I think, in the company at the time. And what the bar raiser does is the bar raiser is on every certain level of position in Amazon and up, okay? So senior level engineers, those kinds of things. And the bar raiser is there to kind of do what we're talking about. The whole idea with Amazon, the way they hire is they try to raise the bar with every new hire. They want somebody that's, if you're on the interview team, they want you to hire somebody that's smarter than you, if that makes any sense. So that's kind of the way that company works. And my daughter, Gabby, did that for a very long time. And I've had a lot of conversations with her about interviewing people and how engineers are interviewed. So I'm going to try to work some of that into this process. Okay, I'm not going to ask you to solve a problem on a pencil and paper. I'll give you a circuit, and we're just going to kind of talk through it. If you get stuck, I'll give you some hints. Again, I want to see the way your mind works, and this is going to help you understand the material, and it's also going to help you when it comes to things like interviews, whether you're interviewing for an internship or eventually a job. So that should be interesting. We're going to see how it goes. I'll be looking for feedback from you all on the process. I'll probably put together a little survey and send that out. So we'll get those scheduled. Haven't figured out how to do that yet. I will work around your schedules. I know a lot of you work evenings. weekends, that kind of stuff. So we'll figure something out that works best for you. And I think it'll be a fun process, and hopefully it'll be an additional learning experience you'll get out of this class. So, as a reminder, I did post up the new Google Drive link. It's here. Um, so far, so good. Nobody's crashing into it yet. Anyways, I am monitoring traffic to it. Finally, any question is a good question. So email me at gsnyder@hcc.edu. Hope you have a nice weekend, and I'll be there on Thursday, so I'll see you Thursday during the exam. Thanks.